Have you ever noticed something strange? Human beings today have more comfort, more entertainment, more technology, and more convenience than any generation in history. And yet, millions of people feel miserable. Why? Why does happiness seem harder to find than ever before? 100 years ago, people dreamed about the future. They imagined flying cars, unlimited information, and machines doing all the hard work. Well, the future arrived, and somehow we're still stressed, exhausted, anxious, and emotionally drained. So what happened? The truth is, many people are not unhappy because their lives are terrible. They're unhappy because modern life has quietly changed how the human brain works. Let's start with something simple. Your brain was never designed for endless stimulation. Thousands of years ago, excitement was rare. A successful hunt, a celebration, finding food, meeting someone you loved. These moments were special because they didn't happen every 5 minutes. Today, you can experience more stimulation before breakfast than your ancestors experienced in a month. Notifications, videos, music, social media, news, messages, short-form content, infinite scrolling. Your brain never gets a break. And here's the problem. The more dopamine your brain receives, the harder it becomes to enjoy ordinary life. A simple walk feels boring. Reading feels difficult. Silence feels uncomfortable. Even resting starts to feel like a waste of time. Modern humans are becoming addicted to stimulation, not because they're weak, but because technology has become incredibly good at capturing attention. Imagine giving a caveman access to TikTok. He would probably forget hunting entirely. And honestly, many people aren't doing much better. But overstimulation is only part of the problem. The second reason people feel unhappy is comparison. For most of human history, people compared themselves to maybe 50 or 100 people. Today, you compare yourself to millions. You open Instagram, someone is traveling in Japan, someone bought a luxury car, someone got engaged, someone started a business, someone has perfect abs, someone is apparently drinking coffee on a mountain at sunrise while looking emotionally fulfilled. Meanwhile, you're eating instant noodles and wondering if you should answer that email. The human brain was never designed for this level of comparison. And comparison is dangerous because it quietly destroys gratitude. Instead of appreciating what you have, you become obsessed with what you lack. The result? You can have a good life and still feel like you're losing. But perhaps the biggest reason nobody feels happy anymore is that people have confused pleasure with happiness. These are not the same thing. Pleasure feels good in the moment. Happiness gives meaning over time. Pleasure is ordering food when you're bored. Happiness is sharing a meal with people you love. Pleasure is scrolling for 2 hours. Happiness is building something you're proud of. Pleasure is buying things. Happiness is becoming someone you respect. Modern society is extremely good at selling pleasure because pleasure is profitable. Meaning? Not so much. Nobody gets rich by telling you to spend an afternoon reflecting on your life. But companies become billion-dollar businesses by keeping you entertained and distracted. And that's exactly what many people are becoming. Distracted. Not fulfilled, distracted. Which leads to another uncomfortable truth. Many people are not exhausted because they're working too hard. They're exhausted because they're constantly consuming information, opinions, drama, news, content, notifications, more content, even more content. Your brain is working overtime, even when your body is sitting still. This is why so many people feel tired despite getting enough sleep. They're mentally overloaded. And then there's loneliness. This might be the strangest paradox of modern life. People are more connected than ever, yet loneliness continues to rise. You can message hundreds of people instantly, but still feel completely alone. because connection is not the same as closeness. 1,000 followers cannot replace one genuine friendship. 100 likes cannot replace feeling understood. And deep down, human beings still need real relationships. No algorithm has solved that problem yet. Now here's the part most people don't want to hear. Happiness was never supposed to be permanent. Modern culture treats happiness like a destination, a finish line, a permanent emotional state. If I make more money, if I find the right relationship, if I buy the right house, if I become successful, then I'll finally be happy. But every generation has believed some version of this, and every generation eventually discovers the same truth. Happiness is not something you arrive at. It's something you practice. Small moments, meaningful relationships, purpose, growth, gratitude, connection. These things sound boring, which is exactly why people ignore them. They're not flashy, they don't go viral, they don't trigger massive dopamine spikes, but they're often the foundation of a genuinely fulfilling life. The irony is that many people spend years chasing happiness while accidentally running away from the things that create it. And maybe that's why nobody feels happy anymore. Not because happiness disappeared, but because modern life became very good at distracting us from it. So perhaps the question isn't, why am I unhappy? Maybe the better question is, what keeps pulling my attention away from the things that actually matter? Because happiness might not be hiding, it might simply be buried underneath all the noise.